Hey y'all, what is up? I wanted to do a little video today. Sorry, I literally do not have any other backgrounds. Do a little ins and outs video for 2025. I wanted to do this in January ideally, but as I have mentioned on numerous occasions, January was not the month for me. So we are gonna do in February, now that we're a little bit into 2025. And this is just gonna be a quick video. Hopefully I don't yap too much. I have a few like personal ins and outs that I like wanna work on for the year for like myself. And then I have some like general outs and ins, just that I think that everybody should be mindful of. Personal ins that I have. We've got regulating the nervous system. I think this is also great for anybody, but I'm a little bit reactive, I must admit. I'm a reactive person, and I think I get anxious a lot. And so this year I'm really trying to focus on regulating my nervous system with breath work, meditation, movement, all of the things. Sunrise walks, they weren't in for some of 2024, but now that we're closer to the beach, it's going to be a continuous theme of 2025, because there's like nothing better on this entire planet than like seeing the sunrise. And that just goes for like no matter where you are. Being up early is nice, getting outside first thing in the morning is nice, etc. I am wanting to film more YouTube for 2025, so I have that on my list. It's my goal, I'm actually making it my goal of 2025 to get my butt back, because I feel like, especially, I noticed it especially after this these past couple months of just like not eating, because I was so anxious that I just lost everything. So I am putting in the work this year. So that includes like high protein, because I feel like that was not something that I was really focusing on last year, but now that it's like a goal of mine, I just like need to figure it out. That also includes like my personal I guess I should say, is like growing the glutes, and that includes meals, that includes not being afraid to like go into the gym and like start using the higher weights and the machines and stuff. Like that is also something I need to get over. So I want to stretch and do a sleep meditation before bed. I feel like I've been rushing through my nighttime routine the past couple weeks, and I would really like to slow that down and be a little bit more mindful, have a little bit more time to read. Maybe that means watching less TV at night, but that's fine. Integrating more Spanish at home, because necesito practicar mi español porque vivo en Mexico y it's just appropriate. And I should be better at my Spanish by now, and I feel like living out here at the country club, I don't have as many opportunities to practice as I do when we lived in Playa, because you're just kind of like out and about a little bit more and like talking to more people. But here it's just like, we just never like run into people who speak Spanish. So I need to start like actually integrating it at home, which here are a few of my plans for doing that. Is I have a book. Last year I finished I was taking Spanish lessons on like an app called Language Transfer, and that was super helpful, because that was telling me like what the rules are and kind of describes like the history of some of the language, which like helps a lot. And so I finished listening to those audios, and then my goal is to finish this book, which is Madrigal's Magic Key to Spanish, Creative Improvement Approach. So I want to do a chapter of this every night, and then maybe re-listen to the language transfer stuff, and then like read through this one more time. But also I want to do like a Wednesdays and Thursdays solo in Espanol. And also my favorite Pilates instructor on YouTube does classes in Spanish, and so I was thinking that would be also a great way to incorporate it. That's something that I really want to do. I really want to learn how to play golf. this year because clearly this is going to be a big part of my life moving forward, and I'm very happy about it because I think as I'm learning more about the sport, I am like getting a little bit more into it. I do really like it, so I would like to learn how to play so we can like do little golf trips and stuff together, which moving into that is weekend trips. I would love to start taking more weekend trips. We just actually went to Cozumel. We got back yesterday and it was so much fun, and that just like reassured me that like we need to start doing it more. We live in such a beautiful place and there's so many awesome like places to go to, and like and now that we have a car, I feel it's the perfect opportunity to take advantage of where we are at and just bebop around a little bit. I have on here flossing. I know that you also don't floss as much as you should, probably. And I need to get into it. And I'm actually going to start doing it. So you should too. I also would love to start carrying like my book and my journal with me, like places. I need to get like a little bag that can fit all of these things. So when I'm like waiting in line or like, I don't know, waiting in the car or something, I have like, or if I have an idea pop in my head, I can write it down in a journal or start like picking up a book. And I think just like doing those like incremental little steps of like, I'm not paying attention to my phone, but I'm doing like small little reading. It'll just get a lot more reading in. I'd really love to do that. Some general, those are my like, oh, I have one more personal in that I just wanted to add to the list that I had yesterday. And that is, we're going to start giving ourselves swimming lessons. So when we were in Cozumel, Sergio was like out there just enjoying nature, looking like snorkeling, all the things. And I was like, and I've been watching Baywatch recently, and that's just like inspired me to like become a better swimmer. I like don't really know how to swim that well, and I think living by the beach, and I would love to like be able to be confident in my swimming and like go snorkeling and like go to the cenotes and like feel like I am confident in my swimming. So we're gonna start giving ourselves like little swimming lessons just so I can like kind of build that confidence and like skill. So those are my last ins for the year. Here's some general ins that I think that everybody should incorporate. Green tea with honey. Green tea is very good for you, and I got the like decaffeinated version because I think I talk about it later, but caffeine is on my outs list because I don't know why, like recently it's been making me go crazy. Like I accidentally got a latte instead of a chai latte the other day, and I had like a few sips because I was like, I'll just like drink a little bit of it, and then I was like, why do I feel so weird? Why do I feel like sick and gross? And I think it's the caffeine, and as much as that hurts my heart to say, I have to get rid of it. And so I did get green tea, and I've been having it with honey, and it's so good, and it's so good for you. It's anti-inflammatory, and great antioxidant, like the list goes on. So I think that we all should be having green tea in the morning instead of like, maybe just try green tea first and then you can have your coffee later, but like at least just drink it for the benefits, you know? Speaking of like meditation and stuff that I was talking about earlier, I highly recommend the Open app. I discovered this app through an Instagram ad, and it was a nervous system reset, like 21-day nervous system reset, and I did it, and it's truly been so helpful. They give you so many techniques that I've since used in like anxious or angry situations, and it's helped like significantly more than some other like methods and stuff that I've tried. So, and it's amazing because you can download lessons. They have like a daily meditation every single day, and they also have like yoga, Pilates, like stretch classes, which is really cool. And they have a few programs as well. So yeah, it's just a really cool app, and I highly, 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 highly recommend. Even if you're like not even somebody who you think needs it, like just having that 10 minutes a day to just like be truly by yourself and just learn a little bit more about yourself is like an incredible gift, and I think anybody could benefit from it. So that's an in. I also have sitting outside 5 minutes a day. Just like sit outside. And I know that I can say that so easily just like being here, but like when I go back home to New Hampshire in March, I know it's gonna be like, there might still be snow, and I know it's gonna be cold, and I know it's gonna be gross, but like it's just like sitting outside, getting in the fresh air, important. Oh, I have on here a digital detox for the last week of every month. The last week of every month, I'm going no social media, and instead I'm gonna do a daily journal entry. I would love to be the person to like do a daily journal entry every single day, but like I just forget / like I feel like I don't have enough things to talk about, even though I could yap forever. I do think that this way, like I can kind of prompt myself with different, like, you know, highlight of the month, like what is something that you stood out during the month, like is there something that you want to improve for next month, that kind of thing. And I also think that just like being off of social media, just having that 1 week to just like, you do like, just to have it off and just like give your brain a rest. And like sometimes I'll scroll and I'll just think, you know, I'm not having fun, I'm not like enjoying myself, I'm not feeling good when I'm scrolling, so why am I doing it? You know, like I have those reflection points often, and it just becomes a habit, you know. So it's like, it's nice to break that habit every single month to just focus on reading or another hobby that you want to do. Or like a lot of people spend like hours a day on social media, and it's like, if you had that time back, what would you do with it, you know? So that's what I'm trying to do every month. The last week of every month of this year, and hopefully beyond, I'm not using Instagram or Facebook or X. I don't ever use X anyways, but Threads. Also, I think eventually I want to get to like anything where I'm like scrolling and I'm like kind of wasting my time scrolling. I think I want to eliminate, but i.e. Pinterest and like VSCO. But right now I'm like using the excuse of their inspiration, like, you know, I find inspiration on there, and like it's not social necessarily, it's not like I'm comparing myself. I don't really do that, I think, anyways, like on social media, or at least not consciously. I don't think that I'm doing that, but yeah, eventually those apps will also, I will hopefully, they will join the rest of them in the detox. But anyways, a planner. I just recently, I got a planner for the first time. I think this is for the first time, like out of school, you know? And I just got this one from Papier. I don't know how you pronounce that brand, but it's very cute. Just opens like this. It's just nice to have like a place where I can just like put my own personal to-dos, and they're not like also on a screen. Like I feel like I stare at a screen all day. I plan out my work day online, all those things. So if I have like a personal thing that I want to do or remember, then I will use my planner. And going back to the journaling thing, while I am not a person that journals every single day, which it would be nice, maybe next year I'll make this like my goal for next year, or maybe like one of the months this year I'll do it. But I do want to read The Artist's Way, and I know that in that book they talk about morning pages, like doing 3 pages of just like a stream of consciousness, and that sounds very appealing to me, but I just don't think that I am there yet with like the consistency of a journal. So this planner is really great though, because every day before I start work, so I'm doing it every single day minus the weekends, but every single day I like write down 3 things that I'm grateful for, and then the Open app has a quote section, like a quote widget, and I write that quote down in the planner just because there's a few that I really like and that really stand out with me, and I feel like if I write it down I can like kind of think it over and like see if it ties to my day in any way. And yeah, those are the 2 things that I do in there, but it is just nice to have like a physical place where I can just put grocery lists, grocery idea, like meal ideas, personal to-dos, new habits I want to pick up, X, Y, and Z. So get a planner. I feel like they're a great invention. Another general in that I think we should be doing is saying hi or good morning to people that we see out and about. I feel like a lot of times people, I've noticed this a lot moving out here. I'm on my morning walks and like I go to say hi to somebody and they just like totally don't even like make the eye contact, like can't even like say it, but like imply it when we go out walking. Like you say hi to everybody, just nice. And you know, I just start saying hi to people. It's nice and you don't lose anything. You're not missing out by saying, like going that extra mile and just saying hi, you know. I have also on my like general ins for this year is letting somebody know when you're thinking about them. I feel like this would be simple, but like there's a lot of times where I'm like, oh, I hope that person's like, I wonder what they're up to, or like, I haven't thought about this person in a while, like, you know, I hope that they're doing okay or whatever. But it's like, it's just so easy to just text them and be like, if you have their number or whatever, and reach out and be like, hey, I was just like thinking about you, I hope you're doing well. Like that would make my day if somebody did that to me, and I feel like it's important. So I just feel like if you were thinking about somebody, just like reach out and be like, hey, I'm just thinking about you, hope everything's good. And it's been so nice because like the people that have done that to me, or like have like, you know, responded to a story or whatever, it's been nice to reconnect with people that you haven't talked to in a while. So there's that. Now we move on to the outs. Some personal outs that I have is obsessing over what's outside of our control. I saw this good quote that was like, is it outside of your control? Yes, don't worry about it. Is it in your control? Yes, okay, then don't worry about it. And I'm like, that's such a good like reminder, because I just I am somebody who just, no, I don't really have like a lot of things that I need to be in control of, but like my very specific fears and like anxieties of this world are very like control based, and I feel like I just have to let that go because it's exhausting to carry that with you. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna try to let that go. Like I said, mentioned before, caffeine is one that I'm getting rid of for 2025. It's very sad, and I'm counting caffeine as like coffee or like energy drinks. I used to be really good at drinking coffee, but now I just don't know. I don't know what it is. My tolerance is kaput. It's gone. So I have been drinking green tea, matchas, good chai lattes, whatever. Those are fine. But like coffee, you know, and I love coffee. So I'll have like a decaf coffee, but I haven't even tried a decaf coffee yet since I've decided this, because I'm like a little bit too afraid that that's still going to be too much, but we'll see, and we'll see what the limits are. Oh, some other outs that I have, personal outs, is accepting like information at face value. That I'm mostly talking about the news. We are way too lazy as like a society at this point that we just see something on Instagram or Reels or TikTok or whatever, and then we just like take that for what it is, and then just we don't do any sort of research about it. I am thinking about somebody who does this in particular, and they will send me Reels, and I'm like, that sounds kind of not correct. And like even just like me like going the one step further and like looking at the comments of people who are like, this doesn't sound right, so I looked it up and this is like what this says. It's like even just going that extra step and like seeing, and I know that it's all the algorithm, right? And like they'll also show you comments that like sometimes will agree with the original post or whatever, but like I just think that we gotta like do ourselves the favor of like find like 3 different sources on one topic before you like decide that you're a pro and are going to talk to everybody about it. So that's my piece on that, and we're going to really do our best to be informed this year, but informed in a way that like sees, you know, does full research and is not just going to be like, oh, I read this article, saw a TikTok, or, you know, I'm not going to be that person this year. Personal outs also, any social media first thing in the morning or the last thing at night. I feel like the past couple of days I've been kind of struggling with this, but like just don't go on social media first hour or last hour of your day. I feel like it's an easy cutout, but like I would love to do no phones like first thing in the morning, but I have like my breathwork app, my like, you know, open app is on there, Duolingo is on there that I like to do in the morning, all of those things. So yeah. A dirty space in a cluttered home. I'm really gonna try to like be really on top of that this year. And I feel like I'm usually pretty good about it, but like it always like impacts my mind space. Like it's just better when I have a clean home, clean mind, you know? So some general outs that I have that I think that everybody should abide by. Using your phone as a crutch for boredom. And I kind of touched on this earlier when I was talking about like carrying a book or my planner or journal with me places, but using your phone like when you're bored and the first thing you do is pick up your phone to like cure your boredom. Like great things come out of boredom. Creativity comes out of boredom. Like you have to be bored. And I'm not one of those people that says like the phones are the problem, because like I think it's ourselves have just gotten a little bit too like lazy with it, of like we've just let them control us a little bit too much, I think. I don't know, start carrying around a book or like a yo-yo or something, you know, like do something else. Don't just like pick up your phone when you're bored. Sometimes it's good to be bored. General outs also, having no work-life balance. But I did see a TikTok that said like, how do you make your 9 to 5 like feel just like a part of your day instead of your entire day? And they're like, you know, I get up at like 5 a.m. and I do stuff before and like after work that like fulfill me, and then it feels like work is just like a part of the day, not like the entire day, which I really love. I am really making that like a priority and I think that I'm pretty good at it, but there are some other people in my life who would love for them to like start working on their work-life balance, and I think that we all should. It's important. Also a general out are people who aren't kind and accepting and protective of every person, regardless of race, gender, identity, economic class, etc. Let's start standing up for everybody, okay? And an out is being unkind and being foul for no reason, you know? Like, don't be that person. Just be nice, be kind, be accepting, be like, love everybody, you know? That's just how we're getting through life. It's just being together and being supportive and, you know, rooting for one another. So that's what I have to say about that. The last general out that I have for 2025 is believing that aging is a bad thing. I feel like everybody wants to be young and whatever, but like there has been, at least for women, I feel like there's been a lot of icons over the past couple years. I mean, they've always has been, right? But like as somebody who is like growing up on social media basically, and you know, is now in the mid-20s, being 25, I, you know, initially was like, I don't want to ever grow up, like I don't want to age because whatever, but like I have realized that like truly age is just a number. I'm excited, I'm looking forward to like my late 20s and 30s, because like you find more confidence in yourself, you know what you like and what you don't like, and you just become more in tune with yourself, and I'm really looking forward to that. For the age of 25 and the year 2025, I just really want to be very like intentional with like, I'm trying to exercise and get strong and healthy now so I can, you know, move and be as active as I can be in the years to come. And yeah, we can be hot like at any age, you know, and that's just that. So anyways, with that, my ins and outs of 2025. I know this is kind of like a different video, but I just also use this platform, could be dumb, but I use this platform kind of also as like my own little journal slash like diary slash whatever. It has been really fun to like look back on some of the older videos that I have unlisted on this channel that I, you know, created a long time ago, and I would love to like keep it up. So this is just kind of like a fun little video, just mostly for me, that I can kind of look back on in who knows how long, could be 6 months from now, who knows, and we'll see where these ins and outs ended up. But I think it's just kind of fun to say what we're looking forward to in 2025 and prioritizing and what we're not. So I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching this video if you did. Hopefully more videos to come, and I'll catch you later.